communication of different people working on the same thing. You get it in music, people can do it, and there's a linear flow and people are kind of, you know, responding to each other and working on things and thinking, oh, when he does that, I'll do this, or whatever it might be. And I was looking really for the same thing in visual terms.
When I first discovered Tunisian collaborative painting on David Black's YouTube video, I immediately recognised it was an amazing activity that could be used by my students with learning difficulties and disabilities. After seeing how well my students engaged with this new art form, I wanted to take it outside of the classroom and find out what would happen of us to facilitate a 3-hour session with professional artists from different disciplines. After lots of conversations with David Black, the idea to hold this event at King's Weston House was born.
Tunisian collaborative painting begins when one artist is chosen to begin each painting. Then the other artists join in whenever they wish. Anyone can paint over anyone else's work, and the painting is done in complete silence.
What are we going to do? Are we going to be controlled, or are we going to let go? And it's just, I'm quite happy to just go with the flow.
I was totally up for it. I didn't have reservations about it, but I had absolutely no idea how it was going to work with professional artists and artists from a variety of backgrounds.
Went in thinking it'd be a bit like being a child again, basically. Just literally having no restraints and do whatever you want.
Go with an idea.
Just like you don't care, like kids, and they're the ones that love life the most, right? Yeah. So it's good to sort of loosen up and be like that.
I don't even know the guy's name that I'm painting next to on this thing, do you know what I mean? So it's kind of gives it that element of a new level of, I don't know, collaborating and communicating without being able to talk. It's quite interesting, I think.
Not talking and just kind of getting on with painting, basically. It's quite a therapeutic process, I think.
During that 3 hours, you get many levels of cohesive interaction, but often they want a lot of eye contact. I mean, because I'd have been so tempted to actually say something, so everyone's very much in their own world with it, but you're working into other people's art, and I think especially in our case it was very collaborative.
I mean, it's a skill you have to learn really early on in graffiti. Is that like you're going to paint something and it's either going to get cleaned off or someone else is going to destroy it, so you learn how to put everything you got into something and then let go. So it's kind of like that already with this, really. Is what it is, except it probably won't get destroyed afterwards, so
But it's interesting to see how the brush strokes that we're all doing are starting to kind of intertwine together and bounce off each other.
Well, I don't think there was anyone who led it.
No,
did you feel that? I didn't feel that, but I did really feel at one stage that we were all trying to pull the whole thing together.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And that felt really good.
It did.
Let's block on some colour, let's throw up a bit of a framework, or let's put some shapes in that then people can bounce off and do stuff with, and everyone seems to be doing that I'm working with, so it's quite nice, really. I think I'm now thinking of it as like an overall painting and what shall I do here and there to it, do you know what I mean? So I think it's working all right like that.
For me, it's about the moment, and it's about that. Whether it's my own energy, I often collaborate with other artists, and there's an energy there.
To play, to just get actually to come out and play and not have to be, worried about the end result. It's real freedom, isn't it? Even though I was terrified.
I think we're going to run to the finish line, really. I think we're all enjoying the paint.
But looking at each group, you know, you can kind of read a story from it without even having to talk about the individual people, and that's what I like, you know, the silence aspect of it.
Normally you look at a painting, you think there's one artist, and what was that artist trying to do? So trying to look at it now, and you can't appreciate it in those terms at all.
What would be really interesting has been a fly on the wall with just some random spectators coming in to see if, without knowing it was a collaborative piece,